In the mid-1980s, the ACLU in Southern California was looking to expand its program. And we did not have a strong base in the Latino community. We didn't have a strong base in the immigrant community. And so I wouldn't say I ran across Silvia. I would say everybody knew Silvia, knew her as a respected and successful civil rights lawyer.
When I first looked at Silvia's resume, she had applied, I already knew of her and her commitment to issues. She wanted to devote herself to working in the nonprofit world, civil rights.
My impression was that she was totally sincere. She was a totally capable person. She knew the law.
She has lived the life of, an immigrant from limited means. So her passion to civil rights is a reflection of her life experience. And that's where her passion comes from. Some people run away from their background. Silvia embraced it. She wants to make it better. She knows what it is to be deprived of rights. She knows what it is to live with limited means. And she wants to help those families just like some other folks helped her family.
One of the cases I worked most closely with was the challenge to Proposition 187. It's hard to imagine today the hysteria and the fear that Proposition 187 created. I went out with Silvia and met with people in the community that helped form the evidentiary basis for the challenge, for the legal challenge. But what always struck me was not only that Silvia so quickly gained the trust and confidence of the people with whom we spoke, so that their stories became really the narrative of the challenge to Proposition 187. But even after we had achieved what we needed for the lawsuit, Silvia stayed with these individuals, stayed with them personally, continued to communicate with them, let them know that their lives had meaning, that their lives were valuable, and that they would be defended.
Subsequent to leaving MALDEF, she went to the Legal Aid Foundation of LA. She is the head of the Legal Aid Foundation in LA. She never sort of backs away from challenges. She just meets them heads on. She has done an excellent job in running the Legal Aid Foundation. And in fact, I must say that I'm extraordinarily proud. Today, 2012, the 4 leading civil rights organizations in LA County are headed by former Maldefians.
There are very few people, there are a lot of people that come into the movement because it's their job. It's never been her job. So I just want them to remember that she's a movement person and she's in there. If she weren't an attorney, she would still be in the movement. She would still be working to bring about social change.
What people don't understand is that being an attorney at MALDEF, being an attorney at the Legal Aid Foundation, you're taking on cases that, number one, are extraordinarily difficult. And secondly, particularly at MALDEF, you're up against the best law firms in the country. You go toe-to-toe with those vested interests who want to retain the status quo. So you have to have a spine of steel. You have to know yourself really well. And you have to be able to hold your own with dignity and be steadfast and knowing that what you're pursuing and the principles that you're pursuing are the right ones and that you will prevail. And that beautifully describes Silvia.
Silvia's life sets an example for us. She's one of the people that I respect most in this world.